Today we talk about Mad Max Fury Road on the Banana Movie Review Show. Hey there, welcome back to the Golden Banana Movie Review Show. I would like to tell you guys to follow me on social media. It is on Twitter at shoutingitwild, shouting it wild. On Twitter, and of course you can find us on Facebook at the ADD Movie Show, or on YouTube. You'll see it linked below, and I'd encourage you to subscribe to the ADD Movie Show as we continue to post movie reviews, continue to post new shows about that, and even start to put some skits and shorts on there of stuff we've been doing. So it's an exciting time around here, and we would just be ecstatic for you to come along with us on this ride. So today we're talking about Mad Max Fury Road.
You're not the only one, Max.
Out here, everything hurts. You want to get through this? Do as I say.
So I've been excited about it. I was excited to see it when I saw it came out. I was excited. I didn't actually ever see, which I didn't find this out until recently, week ago, I guess, that there was a Mad Max, the original Mad Max. I had never seen the original Mad Max, so I started in with Road Warrior and then Beyond the Thunderdome. And so I recently watched the original Mad Max, and it makes sense now. So there was a missing movie. They kind of hit on it a little bit in Road Warrior, but they don't fully go into the whole movie. So pretty good movie for when it was made, and you know, right in the same vein. So we're going to start this Golden Banana movie review. Mad Max, this Fury Road was a really fresh twist on the new Max, played by Tom Hardy. The story was kind of billed as a feminist movie, that there were some sort of like feminist trends or something going on with it, you know, and I didn't pick up on that. I saw very little feminism, if you will, in the film. It had a few moments of Charlize Theron playing the male, or female lead. Sorry, she said, you know, hey, I can do this too. One where she's shooting the rifle and he can't hit the shot. He misses once, and Tom Hardy, that is Max, realizes that they're running out of ammunition, so they got to make the shot. So she just politely comes up behind him, and he hands her the rifle and uses him to steady the shot, and she makes the shot. So a lot of feminism. I just saw it as, hey, we're all in this together. You know, we're not better than one another. So I think that was kind of wrong for people to do that, because you know, while feminism is, you know, its thing, I didn't see this movie as that at all. So strong female characters, of course, but not about feminism. So I would like to say also that if you were traditionally living in a post-apocalyptic world, you'd probably need to rely on everybody. You wouldn't be able to have the chivalry of you're a lady, why don't you sit back while I fight the war, because they needed everybody that they could for this. So it made sense. It fit the film. It fit what they were doing with Mad Max, and so I like that. So let's start into our review after that overview and go into the acting. Acting was hard for this movie because there weren't too many like standout moments of acting. But that's not a horrible thing, because there weren't any standout moments for poor acting. I was never taken out of it because of the acting was so bad. I didn't have any moments like, ooh, that guy was not a very good actor. So the only thing I could think of is there was one of the leader's sons. He's a little person, and he was in a wheelchair or whatever, or some sort of device, and he was like crippled, so he couldn't do that. His acting was limited, obviously. I don't think he had the ability to move much, so that was kind of the character. So at the end, when he realizes that he may not be in power anymore, there is a little bit of a scene where I'm kind of like, he's kind of a cheesy actor. So that was the only thing. So they just didn't play that up. But that was really the only thing I saw for poor acting. It made the story believable, the acting. The only other thing is there weren't too many standout moments for great acting either. I mean, this at its heart was a standalone kind of action thriller. You know, the edge of your seat, biting your fingernails kind of deal from get-go. This movie starts and it's just on fire until the end almost. So there is some nice moments though to say. Charlize Theron has a moment where she kind of loses all hope without giving the whole movie away, and it's actually in the preview. You can see it in the trailer. She falls on her knees and she screams. She's like, ah! So, but it really was good. It was well played. It wasn't overacted, and it really kind of spoke to that moment. So, I love Tom Hardy. I really like him, obviously, in Batman, even though a lot of people didn't like him as Bane because of his voice or whatever. But he did a good job with that. I really liked him in Inception, and he did a great job with that, and many other things he's been in. I think he did a really good job with this. Even though he's the title character for the film, he wasn't the main character in the film, the only main character. So it was kind of a unique way they did that. I wish they would have spent more time developing him as a character and using his acting for that. They didn't do much of that. He was haunted by the ghosts of his family or the past, and actually physically, visually haunted by them. So playing into the whole Mad Max and Crazy Max. So he did a good job acting, though. They just didn't develop his character as much as I would have liked him to. So that other hard thing is that there wasn't much story to this, so there wasn't much to act other than action stuff. So probably the best actress in the whole film was one of the breeders that they called them in the film, and she was a pregnant wife of the leader who was a breeder, and she did a really good job. She was believable. She was a great heroine, but she disappears halfway through the film, so unfortunately. So I was looking forward to seeing more of her acting, and didn't really see that. So acting was okay. Not too many opportunities to stand up though, and stand out. So and like I said, it was mostly related to the story because there wasn't much story to tell. So it's kind of hard to act when there's not much story to tell other than action. Story. There wasn't much story in the movie, like I said. We caught a glimpse of it, but it wasn't much, and we didn't start hearing really any of the story until about halfway through. Mostly this movie is just about enslaved women trying to gain their freedom and a crazy man, Max, who is trying to get redemption from not being able to save his family, I believe. They don't ever really say. And a lot of things going boom, which will move me to the next category, visual. Wow. I mean, you got to see this movie in theaters. Hopefully you get a chance to, because it's a visual extravaganza. It's like eye candy. I don't know if you remember seeing Avatar in theater and your eyes just were like, man, this is the greatest thing in the world to watch. Well, this is an amazing action flick in which they utilize a lot of practical effects. There are some CGI, but not much. It blends so well, it's really hard to tell. The visuals in this are just stunning. So cars exploding and sandstorms coming and tornadoes that are filled with fire and electricity. It's just pretty incredible what they did with this film. So I 2 thumbs up for visual and the way they did that. The sound for this film was carrying on the tradition of this rough, rugged, kind of conflicted sound. You had a lot of dissonance in it. And then one of the favorite things that I had from this was there was a character in it who actually played part of the soundtrack, the electric guitar part of the soundtrack, and matched up to what was playing in the background. And he would sit there and flames would come out of his guitar. And it's actually in the trailer, so I'm not ruining anything for you. But his character was actually really funny. No lines or anything, but what they did with him in different moments was really funny. So I appreciated that. I appreciated the tie-in from the story and the movie to the sound and how it kind of connected on one kind of universe. So I appreciated that. Felt real good. The score was dramatic and epic, and so I liked it. So I get 2 thumbs up for the score, or for the sound. So so now we'll talk about family friendliness, as I promised you I would. I would say that the R rating should already give you a hint about family friendliness, but there's quite a bit of graphic imagery, mostly violence, not too much sex or lewd images like that, but a lot of violence, a a lot of balance. And the one that sticks with me the most, and it kind of was like hard to watch, and I believe it was in the film for a purpose, because it kind of creates this tension and this kind of launch into the madness of the villain. But his 8-month pregnant wife, female, he's got many wives in this, so one of them falling from a moving vehicle and then being ran over by a monster truck tire. So yeah, it's pretty graphic. I don't think I would want my child to see that until he chooses to be an adult and to do that, because it's too much for a kid to handle. So this is adults only. So if you're an adult, go see it, because the film is very good, and it's eye candy. It's fun. It's a great summer movie. You know, it's the iconic summer movie, and I would encourage you to see that. So let's finish up here real quick with my overall rating for the film. I would say, and I've gone back and forth on this, I'm going to call this a banana bunch. That's right, a banana bunch, because the visuals and the sound and the overall tone of the movie is a great summer movie. It follows kind of the Mad Max story. So banana bunch, definitely. It's definitely not a golden banana. And it's probably because it suffered so bad in the story aspect of it, and there wasn't much to act on because there wasn't much story, it was almost a 2 banana. But because the visual effects and the sound are so important, I'm always for seeing those in the theater. Whereas just in a drama, that wouldn't be as important. But in this, it's pretty incredible to watch. So I say great job making it, and it's definitely a banana bunch. So go see it in theaters. That's what that means.
Hey, what's your name?
And get out there and enjoy the movies. Until next time, I'm Ryan, and don't forget to follow us on social media like I mentioned, and to like and subscribe to this channel, and there'll be a lot more coming your way. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.